China is on its way to becoming a student's favorite study destination. China is fast becoming a major competitor in the world, in terms of its industries, economy and higher education. China is an inexpensive alternative to higher education globally and compared to countries such as the United States, Australia and others. Our guide below to find out if China is your ideal destination to study. Life and living in China. 1.3 billion is the population of China, and this number may be large but not for China, which is the fastest growing economy in the world during the past few decades. China also stands as the second largest economy in the world, second only to the United States. Thus, not only is work that can be very rewarding, but studying in China is also rewarding. Some of the most prestigious universities in Asia and the world are located in China, such as Tsinghua University and Beijing University in Beijing. According to the Ministry of Education of China, in 2014 there were 377,054 international students in the country. Moreover, the Chinese government is very active and encouraging in developing the position of higher education in the country, in terms of both quantity and quality. China combines both ancient traditions and modern modernity, with its rich history spanning more than 5,000 years. There are UNESCO World Heritage Sites like the Forbidden City, and there are booming modern cities like Shanghai. And between these cities lies stunning landscapes of mountains, lakes, and fields wide open. Chinese culture is also wonderful to immerse yourself in and discover a lot in this beautiful culture, as it will be an automatic part of the student's life if China is chosen as a destination for study. While studying in China, you may experience a language barrier problem. Although some people are fluent in English, many do not. However, the Chinese are very generous people, and are ready to help you in case you need it. Learning Mandarin, one of the well-known languages of China, may be useful in the case of studying in China, as the Chinese language will allow you to live like the locals and fully indulge in culture, food and people, and also if we consider that Mandarin is the most used language in the world, it would be very helpful to put it in your CV as one of the languages you can speak. Unlike many other destinations for study, students will find culture in China something completely different, and will influence all aspects of students' lives, be it food, travel or entertainment. Simply learning the cultural history of China can be very interesting for foreign students. Spending a few years in this country and indulging in its culture will undoubtedly be a unique experience. The cost of living in China, whether in terms of tuition fees or living fees. China is a haven for those students who seek high-quality education without worrying about the high cost of studying. Even those who live in the most expensive Chinese cities like Shanghai, the cost will not reach half of the total spending compared to any city in the United States. China's most populous cities such as Beijing are usually more expensive in terms of cost of living, while smaller urban cities may be very affordable for students. Below is a summary of the living fees in China. The cost is in US dollars. Housing, monthly, $300, $500 USD. Transportation, single bus ticket, 30 cents. A meal, $1.50. Education in China. On higher education, the Chinese government aims to enroll 500,000 students in universities in 2020, a figure that indicates how far plans have been made to further strengthen universities in the country, and to encourage international students to study in China. Tuition fees in China. When educational quality in China is taken into consideration, tuition fees in China are remarkably low, which makes the country an excellent study destination for those who want to study at affordable rates abroad. Annual university tuition fees of the world may reach $15,000. While a student can study at any of the top 50 universities in China with an annual fee of no more than $1,500. Universities in China. Major projects have been launched in China, such as the 211 project that aims to raise the level of universities to the highest international standards, and the 985 project, which helped establish some universities of international standards. With these tasks, the government has pumped large amounts of funding for some universities to help improve facilities, build research centers, and attract world-renowned scientists and colleges. In addition, the 985 project produced the university that is the Chinese version of Ivy League University in the United States. With these many projects, the number of colleges and universities has doubled in the last decade, and some of them may rank the best in the world for disciplines such as science and mathematics. Many universities in China are ranked in the world rankings of the top 300 universities in the world, and these universities in particular are highly ranked in Asia. University admission requirements in China. Many courses are taught in China in Chinese, Mandarin, instead of English. Therefore, if you plan to study in Chinese, there is a need to provide a certificate of passing score for the exam for Chinese Hanyu Shuiping Kaoshi at one of the levels from 3 to 8. It is usually obtained. This degree is through one intensive 2-year course of Mandarin learning. This would enable you to understand the lectures and communicate with the Chinese population in general on all matters of living. However, since most students usually choose to pursue university studies in English, there may not be a need to learn Mandarin. Although you may be required to demonstrate passing the English language test through TOEFL or IELTS. Student visa for study in China. For China, when a university admission letter is received, the type of visa that the student must apply for is determined. Student visas in China are divided into two parts: X1, X1, and X2, X2. 1X1 is for students who want to study for more than 6 months, while X2 is for those who will study in the country for less than 6 months. After that, students must go to the Chinese consulate or embassy in their countries to apply for the visa, and bring the following documents: acceptance letter from the university, visa application form, JW201 or JW202, the medical examination record, the original passport, a recent personal photo after applying and approving the visa. You can travel to China to start your studies. When the student arrives, he must visit the quarantine office in order to confirm the medical examination record. If results are found to be contrary to what was previously delivered, the student will be asked to repeat the medical examination again in China.